Good morning, everybody. As you can see there, I want to talk a little bit about the news that Nightwing, if you will, on YouTube reported. And apparently it's being reported all over on Google and various gaming sites and stuff. And that is the fact that the Wii U, as far as pre-orders go, has sold out already. Just within a day of its retail price on both versions, the black version, the 32 gigabyte, and the white version, the 8 gigabyte, being announced. Which I do have to admit with Nightwing is pretty good for Nintendo. Now some people have commented that the Wii U pre-orders selling out the way they did here in North America, as far as chains like Walmart, Target, Sears, and wherever else, it isn't that big of a surprise. Not really. When I looked at it, I was a little caught off guard, but when I thought about it, I figured it's not that big of a surprise. And here's why. Here's why it's not that big of a surprise, folks. One, when Nintendo first announced this system last year, everybody pretty much knew they were going to get something special. Last year when they kind of showed off what it could do, they pretty much knew they were going to have people clamoring. You see, somebody commented on this that I think was watching a video or watching a Nightwing video or something, and they basically said that it was the Wii all over again. Yeah, it was the Wii all over again, if you can believe that. And I tend to agree with that in some ways because it is sort of like the Wii all over again. And I'll give you an example. When I bought my Wii, my Nintendo Wii, I had to essentially, and I'm honestly I'm being truthful with this, I had to essentially wait until spring of 2007 just to get it. You see, even up to that time, we had customers reserving and asking for Nintendo Wiis like you wouldn't believe. And one of the policies at my job, and I'm sure this wouldn't for anybody's job for anybody's job where they worked in a store that sold these consoles, was basically you had to wait until the consumer had gotten the order, and you had to wait till basically you also had enough stocked in for even the employee to be considered a chance at reserving one. Well, during the spring, fortunately, we had enough stocked in. We had enough consoles coming in, so I was able to actually reserve one to be held till after work. So basically, after I got out of work that night, I bought the Wii and I went home. I'm not lying, folks. I bought the Wii and I went home. And I was actually kind of happy about this, when you think about it. I was actually kind of happy. And my scheduling, of course, at the time was I had to do part-time. So essentially, I was a 2 to 8 kind of person. And I was an unloader, if you can believe that. But I bought the Wii, took it home, and that Wii that you have seen in the background in some of my videos, that Wii you've seen some of the background of my pictures, is that exact same Wii. So again, even though it kind of caught me a little off guard, when I think about it, the Wii U selling out the way it has isn't that big of a surprise. Now, as far as Amazon.com, not doing pre-orders, with the exception of the games and the accessories that are related to the Wii U, does that surprise me that Amazon.com's not doing any pre-orders on consoles? Not really. Because you see, Amazon.com, along with probably a few other online retailers and physical in-person retailers, they've come to realize, especially online, that if they were to follow the same suit as all these other stores, online stores or physical in-store retailers, that their server would have shut down big time. And they know that the Wii U isn't the only thing people are trying to buy off Amazon. I mean, right now, currently, as far as I'm concerned, I've got the final season of Ninja Turtles, the original. I've got the 2 last volumes of the Japanese collection of Transformers, and the Shout Factory release of Generation 1. And I think Madden 10 or something like that. Or Madden 13. So, when you think about it, put yourself in their shoes, you can kind of have an understanding as to why Amazon.com did not want to do the pre-orders, because their server would have essentially been shut down big time with the overflow of orders they were going to get from people with the pre-orders, if you get what I'm saying. I mean, yes, it is true that they're selling the accessories and the games. That's totally cool and everything. That's totally good, cool and everything, but you see, they're doing it for a reason. They're doing it for a reason. What they're doing, essentially, folks, is they're getting people ready for when they buy the Wii U. You see, they know people are going to go to this. I mean, people on Amazon.com and other online and in-store retailers that are not doing the pre-orders, they pretty much know people are going to go to the more well-known places like Walmart, Sears, Target, Toys R Us, and they're going to go there, and even Best Buy and such, and they're going to go there and they're going to order or pre-order the Wii U console. So they pretty much know, okay, that's taken care of. Here's what we could take care of. We could take care of the the accessories and the games as pre-orders, because those won't be as much. That won't overflow us or overflood us with pre-orders as much as the Wii U console will. So again, it doesn't really surprise me that Amazon.com, along with other possible online retailers and in-store retailers, would not go with the pre-orders, because they don't want to have the server flooded with pre-orders, orders of pre-orders, if you know what I mean. Now, as far as places like Best Buy and GameStop and other retailers and even online retailers that are essentially, sending out news and information that they're going to try to restock on the pre-orders for the Wii U's. In other words, try to get more Wii U's in for pre-ordering and physical in-store buying when they officially come out. As far as them doing that, trying to get the backup orders, trying to get more in stock, I think it's a good move on their part. And as a matter of fact, I think Best Buy, places like Best Buy and GameStop pretty much knew that this was going to happen, and that's why they're already, trying to get more in stock for pre-orders and physical in-store purchasing when the official day of release comes. So, again, I think it's a smart move on those two parts, along with other retailers and online retailers who want to make sure they have enough in stock for people to buy it. Now, Nightwing did come up with a pretty good concept. He came up with the concept that, if you're going to do this, for pre-orders and stuff, then one of the things you should do is you should at least, for as much as people are purchasing for like the 32 gig and the 8 gig, you should at least give them something extra. Especially if they have to end up waiting, just like they did with the Wii, for the console to come into stock, or come into the store to be stocked. And I totally agree with that. for like the 8 gigs, give them something like Nintendo Land. And for, the 32 gigs, give them the new Super Mario Bros. Wii U. Or the new Super Mario Bros. U game. For the 32 gigs. Give them something like that. For, basically it's saying, sorry for the wait and the delay. We didn't know we were going to have that much. Basically it's sort of a make up for, not having enough ready for all the retailers out there. As far as I'm concerned, it'd be your best bet. And I agree with Nightwing on that one. So, but my thoughts honestly on it caught me a little off guard, but when I think about it, it's not that really big of a surprise. And again, as far as Amazon.com and places like it, online and in-store, as far as them not doing pre-orders, doesn't surprise me either, because come on, honestly, do you think they want their servers to be over flooded with those things, which can cause them to shut down and possibly lose the orders of all the other customers, and not just orders of Wii U's and stuff? And to me, I think it's a smart move. And as far as Best Buy and GameStop and places like that restocking and trying to reorder more pre-orders or restock for more pre-ordering, I think it's a good move on their part too, because they pretty much figured this was going to happen. But that's all I'm going to say on it. Video response down below if you like, comment if you like, and I'll talk to y'all later.